to the Arts Hour on tour in Bangkok. I'm Nikki Bedi, and we're here in Thailand's capital exploring the rich layers of its culture beyond the country's international tourism image. My guests on stage at the Aksra Theatre are one of the biggest stars of boy love dramas, Joss Way-Ar Sangngern. He's currently playing a vampire in the series My Golden Blood. Filmmaker Ratchapoom Boonbunchachoke, whose film A Useful Ghost sees a haunted vacuum cleaner colliding with Thailand's recent past. Comedian Pim Boonyawee will be performing for us. We have live music from the electrifying alternative rock band Thilibirds and the incredible rapper and singer Millie, whose beats you're hearing now. All that, plus we have a live audience. Thailand, at the heart of mainland Southeast Asia, is one of the most visited countries in the world for a number of reasons. Its people, cultures, natural beauty and beaches, divine food, buzzing capital city with street markets, skyscrapers and Buddhist temples, and its stories shared through the arts. Politically, Thailand is a constitutional monarchy with the king as the head of state and a recent history marked by periods of both democratic rule and military intervention. This year, it became the first Southeast Asian country to legalize same-sex marriage. We're here to understand more about Bangkok's mix of tradition and progressiveness through the artists and creatives here on stage, not through the exoticizing gaze of the tourist or the traveler. Let me begin then by asking all my guests here, what are the elements of Thai culture that you think might surprise us? Ratchapoom Boonbunchachoke, your film, A Useful Ghost, won top prize at this year's Cannes Film Festival in the Critics' Week section. Can we first of all say congratulations for that? Would you tell us something about cultural life here that perhaps only Thai people would understand?
I think Thai people are very funny. They have like a very strong, outrageous sense of humor. They tend to make fun of everything and jokes on everything.
Joss Way-Ar Sangngern, what do you think might surprise people about Thai culture?
To me, I think our entertainment industry is quite unique, especially in the film industry. Two of the most famous genre is like ghost, like supernatural, and rom-com, romantic comedy.
So that's interesting because we're going to talk exactly about ghosts and the supernatural later in the show. Thank you, Joss. Millie, your rap touches on everyday Thai life. Are there things that you write about that wouldn't be that widely known beyond, say, Bangkok?
Thing is, I want to talk about that's super tightness is would seem close to each other. Like I can just go out there and like, hey auntie, hey sister, hey brother. Even we don't know, I just sit next to the stranger. And I just like, today is hot, isn't it? And it's like, too hot, right? Like that. We're super friendly. We just call each other like family.
Pim Boonyawee.
I think it's kind of a given that people know that Thailand is the land of smile, but what they don't know is just because we smile doesn't mean we're nice.
True. We're mean.
You're not mean. Thilibirds. They're about to perform for us. Singer and lyricist Thud, guitarist and producer Billy, drummer and composer Milo over there. Thud, is there anything that you think isn't known outside the country?
Thai names, especially nicknames, any kind of nicknames, even English word like computer. Yes, you might come across a Thai person named computer. In short, com. Yeah. Yeah, so my name is Third because I'm the third son.
Right.
Yeah, but my full name is Anurod, and my surname, my last name is Ket Lekha. Thai people have very long, complicated full names, so these nicknames simplify things, especially for foreigners.
Thank you so much. Joss.
I think our name is very, very special, especially older generations. They use the animal name. Like for example, my uncle named Mu, which means pig.
Pig.
Yes.
I have the worst than that.
What's yours?
Porn.
It's pronounced porn.
I mean,
Yeah,
porn means wish.
Porn is like blessing, but
Blessing
the
is a
porn.
blessing.
I know a girl named Pla. It means
Blah, it's
fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Thailand, everyone.
Okay. Billy, you describe your band's sound as alternative rock.
So Tilibird is sitting somewhere in between pop and indie. So some of our songs have very catchy melodies and some sleek production, while other songs are raw, honest, and unconventional. So we're floating here in the middle.
Third, you write your songs in both English and Thai. Can you explain the difference when you're writing in both languages?
The main difference is that Thai language has tones. So, let's say your name, Nikki. If we pronounce Nikki in Thai accent, it's Nikki. Okay. So, ki is one of the sounds. But we have 5 tones. So we have ki, 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 ki. Thank you very much. The audience is working very harmoniously with me.
Okay.
So that's the main difference. You have to be concerned because we cannot use the low notes with the high noted words.
Right, so it's a very sophisticated blend then.
Yes.
What are you going to perform for us now, Billy?
So this one is one of our dearest songs. It's called I'm Not Boring, You're Just Bored.
Okay. Tilibirds, the stage is yours. Tilly Birds, Billy, Milo and Third, thank you so much. And there'll be more music from you later in the show. You're listening to the BBC World Service. This is the Arts Hour on tour in Bangkok. I'm Nikki Bedi. And wherever the Arts Hour travels in the world, we take a journey around the city with a creative who can show us artistic and cultural places that mean something to them. We call this the Culture Cab, and my guide here in Bangkok was the comedian Pim Boonyawee. Sawadee ka, Pim.
Sawadee ka, Nikki.
So where are you taking me first?
I'm taking you to San Pame Laksmi, which is a shrine where we can pray for a relationship.
This is a Hindu goddess, Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth.
You could ask for a wealthy boyfriend.
So we've come up through a really fancy shopping mall and we're on the 4th floor outside, and this is where the shrine is.
So we're gonna light up our incense and we're gonna put our lotus flower in the pond and, ask her to grant us our wishes.
So Buddhism, Hinduism, do they run concurrently?
I think it's just Thai people in general that even though we're Buddhists, we don't really care whose God we're praying to.
As long as they give you something in return?
Yes.
Any hints and tips then for somebody wanting to pray for a relationship?
I would say you have to be very specific, describing their looks and personality, and also don't forget to say they have to be single.
Oh. Where next, Pim?
I'm taking you to Comedy Club Bangkok. I think it's special because it is the first dedicated comedy venue ever in Thailand.
But so when we think about Thailand as a country, there's rich, centuries-old cultures. And yet I understand that Thailand is really quite progressive when it comes to, first of all, same-sex marriage. A tourist will come thinking it's famous for sex tourism. I mean, is that a big part of what happens in Bangkok?
Not really. That's a small part in Bangkok, red light district that every countries have.
It was only March this year that same-sex marriage was legalized in Thailand, but it is the first Southeast Asian country to do it. I mean, that's quite huge, isn't it?
Yes, and I would say that the fact that we have a lot of sexual diversity in our country, a lot of exchange students who come to Thailand who are LGBTQ members, they're very happy here because they feel accepted.
I find myself standing on the Comedy Club Bangkok stage.
This is the comedy club I started in when I was 17.
So what would be your opening joke in a place like this?
Hi, my name's Pim, I'm Thai and I'm 19 years old, which is actually a perfect age to have a sugar daddy.
We are now in the most beautiful wooden boat. The wind is in our hair. Why am I on a boat, Pim?
This is Chao Phraya River and we're going to Ba Silapin.
That means the artist's house?
Yes, because this is where Thai people retreat to connect with us again. Do you see over there? Those are spirit houses.
What, those little tiny shrines all clustered together?
Yes.
What's a spirit house?
The spirit of the street around here, they would need a place to stay, so people build that house for them.
Oh, so that they don't haunt their own homes, you mean?
Yes.
Okay.
Partly, yes. Actually, it's more like a guardian thing where they help look over you and your house. This is the Ba Silapin, and this place is hundreds of years old, and it have a very Thai atmosphere with all the decorations. And every afternoon here, they would do a traditional Thai puppet show.
Can I just say, it is so incredibly hot. I am soaked, but it's still lovely.
As a Thai person, this is incredibly hot.
Oh, I'm glad that you said so too. Pim Boonyawee with me in the Culture Cab. Thank you. You're listening to the Arts Hour on tour in Bangkok on the BBC World Service with me, Nikki Bedi. Actor and model Joss Way-Ar Sangngern, better known as Joss, is a huge star here in Thailand and beyond. He's affiliated with the television and talent agency GMM TV and has made a name for himself through his compelling performances and a starring role in the boys' love drama series My Golden Blood. So, the boys' love, or BL genre, of Thai drama is a massively popular and culturally significant thing. There have been hundreds of series made in just the last few years. BL centers on romantic and emotional relationships between male characters, and it has a mainly female fan base across the world, not just here in Thailand. In the fantasy vampire romance My Golden Blood, Joss stars as Mark, a vampire tasked with protecting Tong, a character with a rare and powerful type of blood, played by co-star Fluke, Garwin Kasky. We can hear the fandom. So the story blends vampire love with romance as their relationship unfolds against a backdrop of supernatural intrigue. So before I talk to Joss, how many of you in the audience watch boys' love dramas? Put your hands up. Oh, wow. Okay. That is a lot of you.
All the girls.
Joss, what does the term boys' love mean to you? How would you describe it?
I think it's a genre that focuses on relationship between two male characters, but I think it originated from novel and manga in Japan.
That's the yaoi stuff from
Yes.
Japan, yes. So in My Golden Blood, your vampire character, Mark, is a very athletic 200-year-old, because a vampire never ages. How did you prepare for the role? Did you have a garlic-free diet?
That was on the plan, trying to drink blood, see how it tastes, try not to sleep. That didn't work out so well.
There is great chemistry between you and your co-star Fluke. Now, that is both within the episodes that we see and in the many interviews and podcasts and content that you make for social media. And that is a huge part of the BL fandom, isn't it? So how much time, for example, do you have to give? Like, is it a daily thing that you have to make content around these shows?
I don't think I've make enough contents, to be honest, because they always want more.
They do?
And rightfully so. I think for me, it's just if I spend time with my partner, Gawin, we will just try to...
Why does everybody go, ooh, like this?
I think they just like us being together, seeing us doing things together, being happy, do the things that we love. It may start from the series, the chemistry from the character, and they also enjoy us outside of the series as well.
So then do you get cast with Garwin for the next series?
Oh, yeah.
Always?
We are,
So that-
it depends. It doesn't have to be.
But you would like that, right?
I like that too.
Yeah, you'd like that too? Okay, now here is something that I found intriguing, and that is that BL fans are predominantly girls and women. Why do you think that is?
Why do you think that is?
Yes, go ahead, third.
I've had female friends who are BL stans, high school friends, and they were fans of Dongbang Shinki. You know that?
Oh, yeah.
What is that? Just-
That is a Korean boy band,
I
a
see.
very famous one. And the members in the band were, seen to have romantic relationships.
Right.
And so the fans of that. And so the fans would fantasize or write fictions. Am I right?
True.
Or anything for them to see their favorite couple.
Well, let me ask the rest of my guests here on the Arts House stage for their boys' love insights. So, Ratchapoom, what is, in your opinion, the difference between a BL story and any other LGBTQI plus story?
I think this topic alone could take 3 hours lecture. So I think for LGBTQ plus, BL is like a utopian version of it that men could fall in love without being stigmatized.
That's really interesting. So it's the utopian, romantic, beautiful vision. That
Ideal.
Yes.
Yeah, without having the harsh reality that's come with it.
What is the harsh reality?
being discriminated
Yes,
in
sexism.
the sexism, homophobic, and like doubt in yourself whether like is it good to fall in love with a man or something like that. Yeah.
So do you face discrimination? Is that something you understand? You do?
Yeah. I think like once in a while you will face like some mild or strong discriminations as a part of community in a way. Yeah.
And yet we see Thailand as being progressive
Yeah.
and open to all forms of sexuality. Is it not the case then?
Before being like this, we've been struggle and suffer about the sexuality, about the genders too. That's why we try to like represent boy love. Everybody watch boy love, so we're trying to explain in a positive way that we have many kind of love and we don't care about the genders. Yes.
Thanks, Millie. Well, Joss, there has been commentary that suggests that because BL dramas are such a powerful cultural force, they may actually have led to the legalization of same-sex marriages earlier this year. Is that something you relate to?
Yeah, I think it's a part of it,
Yeah.
for sure.
Let me turn to our audience here in Bangkok. Would anybody like to talk about BL fandom?
My name is Kup.
Hi.
I feel like I watched like many BLs, like 70 at least.
7-0.
Yes.
Wow.
For me, it's like a very good way to escape from reality.
Thank you for that. Can anybody tell me, why do BL fans want the on-screen relationships between the characters to become real-life love stories? Lady in red.
I'm Jojo.
Hi, Jojo.
Because they're really match in my views.
Thank you, Jojo. Thank you so much.
My name's Irene. Actually, I think like the couple partner culture in Thai BL is the biggest soft power in Thai. Because like actually I have been watching the BL series from many countries, including Korea, Japan, and Thai, and even China before. But like all the couples, they may just stop at that series. But like in Thai, if your fandom is large enough, the couples that you support can continue their journey in a really long way. The soft power is like the K-pop for Korea and like J-pop for Japan. But we know that like Thai BL series is the power of Thai.
Thank you so much. That's amazing. And that's it for part one of the Arts Hour on tour in Bangkok. Don't go away, still to come. I'll be talking to filmmaker Ratchapoom Boonbunchachoke. We have a stand-up performance from comedian Pim Boonyawee and live music from Millie and Tilly Birds.
This is the BBC World Service with Lubna Care, exploring Pakistan's diabetes crisis.
I'm a British Pakistani pharmacist and also an actor, writer and comedian. In Pakistan, diabetes isn't just a medical condition, it's a national crisis.
There's a lack of awareness. There's low health literacy. Public hospitals are stretched.
Pakistan's diabetes surge is fueled by urbanization, processed foods high in refined sugars, and increasingly sedentary lifestyles.
I had a client 8 years old and he used to play cricket on the tab. He doesn't know that he can play that cricket outside in the ground.
If this is not addressed, then this will be a crisis beyond what we can imagine over the next decade.
Diabetes in Pakistan, a nation's struggle. To listen, search the documentary online or wherever you get your BBC podcasts.
Still to come on the Arts Hour on tour in Bangkok with me, Nikki Bedi. Filmmaker Ratchapoom Boonbunchachoke talks about his extraordinary film, A Useful Ghost. More from actor and boys' love star Joss. And live music from the rapper Millie and from the alt-rock band Tilly Birds. All that and more still to come on the Arts Hour on tour in Bangkok.
BBC News. A plane carrying people deported by the Trump administration has arrived in South Sudan after the migrants lost a last-ditch legal effort to halt their transfer. Officials say only one is from South Sudan. The authorities in Texas say they have found 3 more victims of the flash floods that swept through the U.S. state's central region, bringing the number of dead to 27. Rescue operations are continuing. Israeli media reports say Israel has decided to send a delegation to Qatar for proximity talks with Hamas on the latest Gaza ceasefire proposal. An Israeli official is quoted as saying there is something to work with, as Hamas is said to have eased its demands due to pressure from mediators. British police say they've arrested more than 20 people on suspicion of terror offences at a protest for a pro-Palestinian group newly banned by the government. Supporters gathered in London's Parliament Square. Colombian police have arrested the alleged mastermind of last month's murder attempt against Senator Miguel Uribe. Elder Arteaga has a long criminal record. Police say he persuaded a 15-year-old to carry out the attack. A day-long celebration of heavy metal music and the legendary British band Black Sabbath is underway in their home city of Birmingham, ahead of what's expected to be their final live performance ever. Metallica, Slayer and Guns N' Roses are also performing. In tennis, the defending women's champion Barbara Krejcikova has been knocked out in the 3rd round at Wimbledon. The 2-time Grand Slam champion was beaten by the American Emma Navarro. The Women's Africa Cup of Nations tournament gets underway in Morocco within the hour, with the hosts playing Zambia in the opening match. BBC News.
Welcome back to the Arts Hour on tour in Bangkok on the BBC World Service. I'm Nikki Bedi and we're here exploring the complexities of Thai culture to deepen our understanding of a country that's internationally loved. Coming up in this part of the show, I'll be talking to filmmaker Ratchapoom Boonbunchachoke about his extraordinary film, A Useful Ghost. Actor and Boys Love star Joss Way-Ar Sangngern is still with us, fresh from his vampire role in My Golden Blood. We'll have more music from the rapper Millie and from the alt-rock band Tilly Birds. First, though, comedy. Pim Boonyawee, can you define for us, before you do your set, a Thai sense of humour?
I would say sarcasm.
Sarcasm?
Yeah, Thai people tend to be very sarcastic, with a smile, of course.
Okay. Kill them with kindness, right? And are there subjects that you cannot joke about?
The king.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the reason that nobody can talk about the king in an unpleasant or humorous way is because Thailand has a law. It's called lèse majesté. It's a law that strictly forbids insulting or threatening the monarchy, and it's punishable by jail terms from between 3 and 15 years. And in fact, some sentences have gone between 50 and 70 years. And the law is widely criticised. It's viewed by the UN and many other governments in the world as excessively punitive. So you will not be making jokes about the king?
I love my life and...
Just can't.
Are there any other areas that you need to stay away from?
I don't think really, because I think other than obviously the king, we have freedom in saying whatever we want.
Well, Pim Boonyawee, the stage is yours.
Hello, Bangkok. Hi, my name is Pim Boonyawee, and I can't sing, I can't dance, I can't rap, so that's why I'm doing stand-up comedy. I am 19 years old. Thank you for congratulating my age. And when you're a comedian at 19 years old, people would call you a rising star, which is actually a nice way of saying nobody knows me and my mom still drives me to shows. But yeah, I'm actually really psyched about being 19 years old, because if you guys know anything about Thai law, being 19 years old means I am 1 year away from legal drinking. But yeah, it is a bit weird being 19 years old, especially when you're in Thailand, because I'm a little too young to legally drink, but way too old to be a prostitute. Anyway, I actually went to an all-girl high school. And the thing about my high school is so conservative that we were forced to cut our hair this short. Yeah, I can see all the females you have been through the same fate I did. I see the pain in your eyes. And okay, for those who don't know, I want you to imagine this. Imagine a Japanese mushroom with low self-esteem. Yeah, that's me in 8th grade. But yeah, I think that's one of the first cultural differences I've ever experienced in Thailand. And another thing I noticed about white people is actually their name, because you guys all have the same name. You know, names like Josh, Jack, Simon, Chris. And this is not the same with Thai people, because Thai people, right, we have a unique name that is thoughtful and meaningful. Like, for example, my name, Boonyawee, is a combination between the word Bun and Yawee, and together it means good and brave. But I turn out to be a coward, so the name thing doesn't really work. And another difference I see is that Thai people is very spiritual compared to white people. Right, because Thai people, we pray for everything. We pray for money, we pray for love, we pray for career. Yeah. And me personally, I pray for good luck, good grace, and a white boyfriend. A white boyfriend, Thai woman biggest dream. And because I do comedy in English, right, so usually my audience are tourists and expats who have been in Thailand way longer than I've been alive. And yet, they cannot speak Thai. I think it's because Thai people, right, we've been too nice and welcoming to them. There's then no motivation for them to learn our language. And I think we would not have this problem at all if Thai people is just a little bit more racist towards white people. Because I have met these expats who would ask Thai people rude questions like, hey, why don't you speak English? And I'm like, here's a better question for you. Why don't you speak Thai? Well, that's it for me today, guys. Thank you, Bangkok.
Pim Boonyawee, thank you so very, very much. Can I just ask, were you really like a Japanese mushroom with low self-esteem?
I am.
With the hair.
Okay,
Yeah.
tell me about this hair thing, Millie.
This is really hurtful back then. I was like, have a real thick and long hair, like my natural. But that teacher didn't seem it's beautiful as I am. So she's like, you cut it.
But
and,
Joss?
In Thai public school, female students are supposed to have
yeah,
short hair.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so on the 5th of March this year, Thailand's Supreme Administrative Court annulled a 50-year directive on school students' hairstyles. So the rule was short hair for boys, like yours.
Yes.
Way shorter.
Way
style.
shorter.
Like buzz cut.
Like a number one buzz cut.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It looks
And
hideous.
Worse than buzz cut.
worse than buzz cut.
Yeah.
And lovely to hear about names. There is a long name for Bangkok. First of all, it's not Bangkok in Thai. There are 2 words for it, but there's also 21 words for the city of Bangkok. Do any of you know the actual...
The long
Yes, name
กรุง
of
เทพมหานครอมรรัตนโกสินทร์
มหินทรายุทธยามหาวิโรจน์พบนพรัตน์ราชธานีบุรีลมย์อุดม
ราชนิเวศ
มหาสถานอมร
อมรวิมาน
อ
อ
ว
ว
ตา
ตาร ร
ส
ส
ถิ
ถิ
ต
ต
สักขพัทยาวิษณุกัมปสิทธิ์
Yay!
Thank you all so much. You're listening to the Arts Hour on Tour in Bangkok on the BBC World Service. I'm Nikki Bedi. Music now from Millie, rapper, singer, composer, and the first Thai solo artist to perform at the famous Coachella Music Festival in the USA. Creating a global interest for Mango Sticky Rice when her performance of that track went viral, as well as her eating the dessert. For the uninitiated, what is Mango Sticky Rice?
Oh, super obviously a mango with a sticky rice.
No, but it's not.
I'm kidding. Let me explain. Like, it's a mango with a sticky rice and a coconut milk on top.
And you pour the coconut.
The coconut on the sticky rice.
Yes, and you cannot imagine a more delicious explosion of taste. What are you going to perform for us now?
So to try, I'm gonna perform you Hey Hey. It's one of my favorite track, and it's like giving you a Thai local instrument, but mixing with a Jersey rap like that.
And what's the song about?
It just like put your hands up in the air. Okay, but in my verse, I'm talking about like how you choose the guy that's gonna be your best man, like that.
Your best man or your man?
Like the best version of
Oh,
man.
okay. The best version of a man. What sort of things are you asking for in this track then?
I'm asking for them to put your hands up in the air.
Okay. Okay. Over to you, Millie.
Put your hands up in the air. Put your hands up in the air. Hand, our hand. Take your, I can say. Take your, shake, our take. เอาพระพรอยู่นครสวรรค์ส่วนมิลลี่นั้นอยู่จันทบุรี เอาเฮ้เอ้ยต่อไปนี้ขอให้ everybody say เอาเฮ้ จะได้คนนั้นจ้องอยากจะได้คนเนี้ยดูสิมิลลี่อยากได้คนน่ะที่จะมีผัวแต่ยังไม่เคยชัวร์ทำได้ดีกว่าน่ะเลยอาจจะมั่วช่วยtoมีแฟนแต่ too crazy to have บางคนเข้ามาแรงๆบางคนเข้ามาแมนๆบางคนเข้ามาตะแคงกูจะ choose ว่าไม่ดีมีทั้งหนุ่มมีทั้งสาวมีทั้งดำมีทั้งขาวมีทั้งแซ่บมีทั้งยาวบางคนเงินแต่กระเป๋ามีทั้งเทียนทั้งดาว Oh man hi hear me now put your hands up put your hands up in the air put your hands up in the air hey out hey out hey shake yourอยู่นครสวรรค์ส่วนมิลลี่นั้นอยู่จันทบุรีหากใครได้ยินโปรดฟังทางนี้ Now everybody say hey เอา hey hey เอา hey hey อยากมีที่รักอยากมีที่พักใจอยากมีที่พักไหลอยากมีที่พักฟรีทำงานต่างๆเลยอย่าลุกหนูชอบของฟรีค่ะคนแรกค่ะอยากมีแฟนผิวค้ำหนูไม่ชอบคนขาวชอบคนขายาวแต่ไม่ชอบคนขี้แม่ขี้มันเหม็นนะฟังก่อนชอบขี้เกรงใจแล้วไม่ขี้รำคาญแล้วไม่ขี้เกียจชอบขี้เป็นพี่มันเป็นอย่างนี้ผู้ชายดีๆให้เขาคอยเราด้วยอย่าคอยแทงแต่หวยคอยแต่หึงคลื่นแต่ฮีแม่เมามายืนอ่อนนั่นก็ได้มายืนไอจะเจ็บเข่าต้องจะถึงเสาเข้าข้างหลังทุกวันสิกูจะปวดไม่ได้ชวนชิดเลยนะลูกพี่ที่ชอบคนรวยเปลี่ยนมาชอบคนหล่อจะชอบใครดีหนอหรือชอบคนนี้ Put your hands up again Put your hands up in the air Put your hands up in the airเอาเชงหายอาภพรอยู่นครสวรรค์ส่วนมิลลี่นั้นอยู่จันทบุรีหากใครได้ยินโปรดฟังทางนี้ Now everybody say hey Thank you so much
Wow Millie Thank you so much You're listening to the BBC World Service. This is the Arts Hour on tour in Bangkok. I'm Nikki Bedi, and we're here exploring the artistic and cultural subtleties of Thai culture. Bangkok filmmaker Ratchapoom Boonbunchachoke's debut feature film, A Useful Ghost, premiered at this year's Cannes Film Festival and won the grand prize in the Critics' Week section. A Useful Ghost is a provocative, witty, rule-breaking film. It's a story about love and it's a story about social justice. So Nat, played by Davika Horn, has died from dust poisoning and, concerned for her dust-allergic husband, his name is March, she returns as a ghost in the form of a little red vacuum cleaner. March's family are already annoyed by the returning ghost of one of their factory workers, and they want Nat gone. So to placate them, she uses a technique of dream surveillance to help rid them of their nuisance ghosts. Ratchapoom, why a vacuum cleaner?
Because actually, like when I first developed the story, I have this idea of a ghost just in the normal human form, an actor and pale skin or something like that. But when I pitch it to other people, I keep getting feedback like, oh, that's not very original, right? So I thought like maybe ghosts in the electrical appliance could be interesting. And the second reason would be like, there's like a dust pollution, real dust pollution in Thailand. And I felt like if the ghost would be in something, it would be vacuum cleaner.
It is a little red vacuum cleaner with a handle that lights up and changes colours. And she trundles around speaking as she moves with her hose upstanding and a little brush on the end. She tickles and pleasures March, and then she also bathes and feeds him in the hospital. And I totally believed within seconds in her aliveness and her soul. So what were your challenges in making a vacuum cleaner believable?
It's very technical stuff, like where you put the light, and the light could express feeling, and if the light beeping, it somehow like look like animating.
March's mother, Suman, is accused of being a bad mother because one of her sons is married to a man and the other one to a ghost vacuum. What does that tell us about Thai society?
I want to draw a parallel, like analogy between like a queer relationship and human ghost relationship. I think they're kind of similar because it's a relationship that you're supposed not to have.
Right.
You should not marry a man and you should not marry a ghost, because actually the story took inspiration from some Thai folklore, Menak Prakanong, which is like the classic story about ghosts and human relationship, because there's a lot of human relationship mythologies in Thai culture, like human and snake goddess, ghosts and stuff. But I think at the end, most of them, they got broken apart.
Right.
But in my film, I try to like keep them together.
There is a scene, and it is a very funny scene, when the family asks some Buddhist monks to try and get rid of the ghost of Nat. And they use their sacred threads and they use their prayers. But do people use monks for exorcisms in Thailand?
I think that's the first choice, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah.
In that scene,
Yes.
those Thai monks swear. It's a very funny scene, but I just wonder, are you going to risk offense?
Of course.
Okay.
I feel like it's kind of risky, the scene itself.
So the film hasn't been officially released in Thailand
Not yet.
Will that be censored?
I would insist like it's still in the film.
You would insist it stays?
Yeah. I try to push the boundary of how we portray monks in cinema.
I mean, Buddhists are supposed to be very peace-loving, but they might get mad.
Yeah, maybe. But Buddhists could also be sometimes suppressing, like repressing in some ways. And I think monks in real life sometimes behave even more worse than my monks in the film.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So Nat does appear in human form.
Yeah.
And I want to talk about the ghosts in the film entering the dreams of the living. So Nat becomes very useful to a character called the Minister, who employs her to find and erase the unwanted guests who are plaguing him and some of his very powerful friends in their sleep. Who does the Minister represent?
The establishment, the ruling class, in a way, yeah.
So the establishment and the ruling class, is that politicians? Is it everybody?
I want to keep it kind of open.
Okay.
Like, it could be anyone on the upper
But it's the powerful. The Minister
Yeah, there
is
are
the
powerful people in the society.
Then in some of those dreams, there are protesters calling for the Minister and his friend's head. Who are those protesters?
I mean, like anyone who demand better life in the country, I think.
I mean, there's a reference to a period in history.
Yeah. Some student protester from the 70s in Thailand, and also like protester in 2010 here.
What happened in 2010? First of all, I'll tell you what happened in 1976. So Thai soldiers opened fire on students demonstrating at Thammasat University. and they brutally killed about 46 people, effectively ending a period of democracy in Thailand. And the killings weren't investigated, and they weren't even discussed for many years. What happened in 2010?
Like protesters, they demonstrate in the heart of the Bangkok, and they also were, how to say, massacred.
Massacred?
Yeah, like 90 to 100 people die in the heart of the city.
So how free are you as a film director in Thailand to talk about those things or to talk about anything that you want to?
I think like we can say lots of things creatively, but not everything.
Can you give me an example of what you couldn't say creatively?
It's kind of similar to Pim's situation.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't talk about the monarchy?
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Yes, I understand completely. You've said that the ghost is a very powerful figure for artists and filmmakers. Why?
Because ghosts somehow, they are both human and not human. They are both here and there, both past and present. They're supposed to belong to the past because they die already, but they still remain in the present. And for the country that the history is still like not totally open, there's so many erasure gap in the history. So there's like a space for ghosts to appear. So artists can use ghosts to talk about history that is silenced, that is repressed and suppressed. So I think like ghost is such a powerful figure for filmmaker, for storyteller, for artists to explore the dimension of the society that's somehow hidden.
Well, can I say in your film, mission accomplished. Ratchapoom, thank you. And if you get a chance to see a useful ghost, please do. It has layer upon layer to understand and delve into Thai society. Well, let me turn to my guests on stage here and ask, how does the supernatural and spiritual enter your everyday lives? Millie, what sort of relationship do you have with spirits and the supernatural?
I am the one who pray to the supernatural thing all the time, and I just confused to myself and I doubt myself that all the things that I got it from talent, from everything that I did, or I just got it because they just blessing me. So I wrote a song called Satu, just for remind people that sometimes you have to believe in yourself too.
Joss, what about you?
I mean, I grew up watching a lot of ghost movies, mostly Thai, and that haunt me for years. But then as I grow older now, and I'm 29, I talk to a lot of people that are successful, and they show me that they believe in certain things, they go pray, and they take me to temple. And I think it's not bad at all to have something that you can put your faith in and your trust in, as well as like work hard. So,
would anybody in the audience like to tell us about the supernatural in their lives or the way that it affects your lives? Hello over there.
My name is Simta.
Hi.
I think it's also connected on how we are raised religiously.
So how are you Muslim?
Yes, I am. And we are taught to believe on the afterlives, but we don't necessarily believe there's ghosts. In Islam, there's some creatures called
jinns.
Yes, the ones that, tempting you and seduce you. But my mom always told me to pray that God will not let you see, hear, or feel things that you are afraid of.
Thank you so much for that insight. Thank you. Anybody else like to say anything?
Hi, my name is Om.
Hi, Om.
I think it ingrained in Thai culture because, I think for most people, we live in hardship. And I think because we live in a time of injustice and hardship, that's why we looking for some higher power that could help us. And I think that's why.
I think that's beautifully put. Thank you so much. Well, thank you all. And that's nearly it for the Arts Hour on Tour in Bangkok. My huge thanks to all our guests, to producer Nikki Paxman, our sound engineers Mark McDonald and Darren Wardrobe, to our venue, the incredible Aksra Theatre. We leave you, though, with another performance from Tilly Birds and Millie. Good. What are you going to perform for us?
It's called Just Being Friendly or เพื่อนเล่นไม่เล่นเพื่อน with.
Well, okay, this is obviously very popular, but would you like to explain what it means?
The song talks about crossing that line.
What line?
The friend zone. The friend zone.
Okay.
And I think it's common, not only with Thai people who encounter, confusing relationships. You get signs that, okay, he likes me, she likes me, but then she tells you, nah, I'm just being friendly.
Wait. Is this a true story from you?
You don't have to answer that.
You have to.
Most Tilly songs are 90% true.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I also want to ask you, this track was featured in a Boys Love series, am I right?
Oh, yeah. It's featured in 2, My Cutie Pie and My School President. Just, it's refreshing, to hear our songs sung by other people or incorporated in shows.
But now we get to hear you perform. So over to you, Tilly Birds and Millie.
This is the last song. Can you all stand up? I want to see your dance, please. Thank you very much. You keep by me, you keep by the sun, didn't take my companion. You'd white candy, you'd white day. They brought to your land, come in guana. Let's have my eyes on some earth at the green one. มากเกินกว่าเพื่อนควรจะเป็นเรื่องเป็นของฉันแม้ในเรื่องที่ไม่สำคัญเธอชอบมาทำให้ฉันเก็บยังไงที่เลือดแบบนี้นั้นมันแปลว่าไงจนยังสับสนและสงสัยเป็นเพื่อนกันต้องเรื่องแบบไหนได้ตามไปรู้ตัวอีกทีในใจมีแต่คำถามว่าเธอจะทำอะไรบอกฉันดีได้ไหมถ้าเธอให้ฉันเป็นเพื่อนเล่นอย่าเล่นเกินกว่านั้นได้ไหมถ้าฉันเล่นเกินเส้นไปเธอรับได้ไหมช่วยบอกฉันสักทีว่าที่ฉันมีเธอเห็นที่เดียวกันไหมหยุดเล่นกันเลย Ladies and gentlemen สาวน้อยมาประจำเฮ้ย
ตอนนี้เราเป็นแค่เพื่อนกันแต่ฉันก็คิดยังมีสิทธิ์มากกว่านั้นเธอแค่เพื่อนสนิทของฉันเพื่อนอะไรบอกฝันดีก่อนนอนเพื่อนแบบไหนต้องหัวเราะบอกหอมเพื่อนในใจของเรารักได้ตลอดเวลาฉันต้องการใครกับมันจากที่ไม่กอดใจเธอคิดเหมือนกันหรือเปล่าเจอแบบนี้ไปฉันแอบเผลอใจให้ไปแม้มันไม่อาจเป็นจริง
ถ้าเธอให้ฉันเป็นเพื่อนเล่นอย่าเล่นเกินกว่านั้นได้ไหมถ้าฉันเล่น
เกินเส้นไปเธอรับได้ไหมช่วยบอกฉันสักทีว่าที่ฉันยืนเธอยืนที่เดียวกันไหมถ้าเธอไม่เคยจะรู้สึกเหมือนที่ใจฉันรู้สึกอยากเป็นเล่นฉันต้องเป็นให้เธอไม่ไหวเลยพร้อมทำใจรอให้เธอบอกว่าเป็นเพื่อนกันเท่านั้นเล่นแค่เพื่อนเล่น
You guys are amazing. Make some noise, please.
ได้